Hello, everyone, friends, family, everyone. I have a message from Spirit that's very heavy on me. I went to take a shower, and when I stepped in the shower and the water came down over me, I just began to cry. Such a heavy sorrow washed over me. Deep, deep sorrow. Almost like mourning sorrow. To the point where I was almost on my knees crying. Very heavy. Like a travail, like a woman travailing during birth or during a time of mourning. It was very strong and heavy. And when I was able to come out of it and get a sense of myself again, I immediately checked in with me. And yes, there is some sorrow with things that are going on in my life, but nothing to the caliber of what I felt. So I knew that this was not my energy. This was not my pain. And I immediately asked Spirit. I opened myself up to Spirit. And the message is very clear. It's time to let go. The things or people or person that you have been holding on to, it's time to let go. That relationship that you have been in has run its course. It's kind of harsh, like it's a harshness when I say, it's that hit me hard, like it's run its course. Especially with relationships. So this could be the relationship or with your job, where you are in your job. It could be the relationship that you are in, romantic, intimate relationship. It could be a relationship with friends, family members. And it could also be a relationship with yourself. At some point, okay, wait, let me back up. If you have lost a loved one, if you are grieving, if you are mourning and in sorrow because you lost someone, first and foremost, my condolences. And know that I'm sending you all the love and compassion and strength that I can to help you as you transition through this. However, I hear Spirit saying, yet and still, it's time to let go. And for someone, that loss took place a long time ago, and you're still grieving. And I get that. Trust me, I get that. But it's time to let go. Somewhere along the line in your relationship with your career, your job, your spouse, your mate, your family, your friends, yourself, or even your goals. Thank you. Even your goals, the plan that you had set out for your life. that relationship, because that is a relationship. We do form relationships with our goals and our desires for our life. That relationship has run its course. Side note right quick. The distraction to do this was great. Like, it took me a long time to center myself and just sit and channel this, to give this to you. And then the car outside bumping the music, y'all heard that? I don't know if you heard that or not, but it's like right under my window somewhere over here. So, distraction, but it's not me, it's spirit. So, back to where we were. The relationship has run its course. And Spirit is saying that it is time for you to evolve, to expand, and to rise. That is for you. You have come to the point where those three things must take place. And where you are going, where you are evolving into, where you are expanding out of, and where you are ascending into. Those things, those people cannot go. And it has nothing to do with your love for them, their love for you. It has nothing to do with your commitment to that job or that goal. It's just the simple fact that they or that job or that goal is no longer a vibrational match for where you are going. The vibration, the energy, or the spirit, however you want to term it, where you are going, they cannot go. To continue, you see, it's another car. There's another car going by with the music bumping. As this doesn't happen. Like, this is okay. For you to continue in that relationship with whatever or whomever it is, at some point, the dissonance, the difference between the energy that you are moving into and where they are or that thing is will begin to cause problems. There will be friction. There will be conflict. It is inevitable. It will happen. It will happen. And it's hard, especially with relationships. It is hard when one person grows or expands or evolves at a different pace or rate than the other person. That's why so many marriages, so many unions, so many commitments fall apart at some point because we do not evolve at the same pace. And when Spirit gave that to me in the bathroom, I paused. It was like I had to pause and step back. And I thought about my own marriage. And I said, could we have made it? And the answer is no. Because I was evolving. I was changing. I was pursuing me. And the energy, the spirituality, the vibrational, we were no longer a vibrational match. And the environment of our marriage would not allow it to happen. It wouldn't. And then I thought, well, what about the people that are in relationships for 67 years? They've been married. Or a person has been at a job for their entire lifetime. For that couple that has been together that long, they have given one another space to grow, to evolve, to change. That is a relationship based on emotional intelligence, understanding that we have to change. It is the premise of life itself is change. It's evolution. A baby cannot continue unless there is some type of disorder. I don't want to say disease. It's something wrong with that baby. Aside from that, it is the natural progression of life for that baby to begin to walk, to stand and begin to walk. It is a natural progression of life for that toddler to begin running. You understand? You see where I'm going? And accept, like I said, accept that there is something different, something going on within that child that would prevent the natural, normal progression of life that will happen. Back to us, back to you. Change is the only constant thing of life. And it is time for your change. I hear Spirit saying to talk to those of you who know that you have a calling. You have a purpose. Those of you who know this and who are operating within that calling, whether you are a light worker, whether you are a healer, whether you are a seer, whether you are an artist, whether you are a musician, whether you are an empath, a starseed, whatever you know that you are, you know you have a course. You know that you are supposed to be doing something for the collective. You know this. You are at a pivotal place in your life right now where radical change is about to happen. There is a grand progression of change that you are moving into. It's happening. It's been happening, much like what's going on in the world and within the planet and within the solar system and everything is changing. Your life right now is poised. Okay, so I see a cliff, right? It's like a mountain and it's carved out, and you are much like the Lion King. Oh wow. Just much like Mufasa when he stood on Pride Rock and he's looking out over the land. That's what I see. This is where you, me, we are. We are about to experience grand change in our lives. And in order for that change to be effected, in order for all these things, like I just see, I don't know what the word is. I can't grasp the word. You will not be able to move into your next phase, the next phase of your calling, if you are holding on to where you are now. This is what I see. I just see hands down, and then I see hands also behind the back, as if you are handcuffed and you are stuck there. You are bound where you are. You cannot. It's almost like the Two of Swords in the tarot card, where there's in the Rider-Waite, I think it's called, tarot cards, and there's a blindfold over the lady, and there's two swords in front of her. You have to take the blindfold off. You have to release yourself from these things, these relationships that no longer serve you. It is a stronger call, a stronger impression that I'm getting in my heart right now than for those of us who just have to get out of relationships or out of jobs because they're no longer working. But for you on a calling, your path has been marked for you. You know this. This is that time where you must let go. You must let go of what you have been holding on to internally and allow yourself the freedom to move out of where you are and into where you're supposed to be, where you need to be. There's a concept that you have of yourself and about the way things are supposed to be that is outdated, that is over. It's time to move forward. It's going to be very hard to let some people go because the other person or the other people may not understand what you're doing. They may not understand. They may at first internalize it as if they are not enough. They're not doing the right thing to hold on to you. What's wrong with me? Why are you changing? Why are you changing? Why does this have to change? Because we are human beings. We have to change. It will require you sitting down and having a heart-to-heart, honest conversation. And please express to that person or those people that it has nothing to do with, hold on, baby. It has nothing to do with my love, my care, my compassion for you. But this is where I must go. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to destroy you. But this is where I have to go. Much like our spirits say, much like when Jesus said, I must go and be about my Father's business. And that's when he disappeared. At your job, you have that conversation. Maybe at your job, you just need to step out I don't step out of this level and move up into managerial or supervisor type thingy. That type. It's time to move. It's time to elevate. Maybe your relationship or relationships just have to evolve. Not necessarily you leaving the relationship, but maybe it's time to sit down and have that conversation. We got things got to change. to let go of the past, the way things have been going. We need to let go now. Because to continue on in this way, our relationship will absolutely fall apart. And if you are holding on to someone because you have lost your identity in this relationship, I believe that's where the sorrow that I was feeling is coming from. You have lost your identity. Your true self is in mourning because you have lost yourself within this relationship. And that goes across the board, whether it's with the person, whether it's with your job, whether it's in your goals. You can also get lost in the trying to reshape or trying to evolve. You can get lost in the midst of your goals. The Spirit is saying once again, let it go. The desire, what you are looking for in that relationship, you cannot find because you are no longer that person. As an empath, as a light worker, as a seer, as all of these gifts, all of these things that make me up, this journey that I have been on, I have had to let go of so many relationships, so many beautiful people that I have met along this winding road that came into my life, joined me. I had to let go. The relationship, the love, the compassion has never changed. But I had to let go of my connection with them because I had to go. Literally. Let me tell you something. If it is time for you to get out of a relationship or evolve out of a certain space in your life, your identity, your self-actualization, if it is time for you to move, Spirit, God, the universe, the divine, whatever, will move you. It has happened so many times. I meet these beautiful people. They're like sisters. They're like the other me type situations. And we are so close and everything looks like we are going to be together for a long time. Like we're making plans for our future, right? And then in a blink of an eye, my road goes this way. Time and time again. Always happens. And for a long time, it hurt in the depth of my soul because I connect with people. We are all one great big tapestry, right? And we just come and we meet each other. And some of those relationships, all of the relationships are still viable. They are still love. The compassion, the friendship is still there. But I was moved time and time again. I have tried to keep connection with a lot of friends through internet, through social media, just different types of way to try and keep that bond. Just keep it alive. And each time it got to the point where God said, "Okay, stop following him. Stop. You cannot go forward. It's like, okay, I see myself with a bunch of what you call those thingies, the bungee cords or those stretchy cords that connect to one end, and you know what I'm talking about? The elastic cords, and I have it, my heart and all around me, and I'm going forward with all of these attachments holding me back. I'm strong, and so I'll be willing to pull it just to keep. And God said, no, we let it go. Where you're going, they cannot go. Where you are going, they cannot go. Some years ago, when my older children were young, I was prophet over a church. I think I shared this before. And the congregation, the pastor's wife, me and my children were standing in front of an elevator. And the door opened, and I got on, and I turned around, and I was telling my kids to come, get in here. And God said, no. Where you are going, they cannot go. And I had to leave my children in the care of the other people. The elevator door closed, and I went up. That happened twice. The other vision was in 2018, right before COVID hit. Right before COVID hit. I was on a boat. The boat, it was a wooden boat, and the boat was falling apart like it was a sail, and the sail was just ripped apart. And I don't know how this busted up makeshift boat made it to shore. But it made it to shore, and I got off on a beach. And all around me was shrubbery of the most brilliant green, shades of green I had ever seen in my life. And I was in awe. It was so beautiful. And I turned to the boat to go back and get my children. And Spirit stopped me. And I said, but my children, and the boat began disintegrating. Like it was just turning black. Kind of like in the Avenger movie where all the people just started evaporating, separating like that. The boat just started disintegrating. And I'm pleading and I'm saying, I got to get my kids off this boat. And Spirit said, no. Where you're going, they cannot go. And my purpose was to enter in to that wall of beautiful green. And you know, green means life, flourishing, right? Abundance. And Spirit said, because on the other side of that is your promised land. And you have to go alone. Where you are going, others cannot go. Much like Jesus said, pick up your cross and follow me. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to evolve.